It's the Fort Hays State University Coaches Show on Eagle Community Television, brought to you by Eagle Communications.
Hello once again, and welcome to another edition of Tiger Talk. This is Gerard Welbrock. We'll soon be joined by head women's basketball coach Tony Hobson, head men's coach Mark Johnson, recapping a tough day in Pittsburgh Saturday. Fort Hays State swept by the Gorillas. Second-ranked Lady Tigers missing out on a chance to possibly move to number one in the country. They fall 65-59. The men lose by 14 points as they hit a wall midway through the second half in their game at John Lance Arena. Both teams getting set to play their final home games of the regular season, believe it or not, on Wednesday. Another rival comes to town, the Washburn Ichabods, and then Saturday night, the Tigers in Kearney to take on Nebraska Kearney. So this stretch of rivalry games for 3 consecutive weeks continuing again this week. The program brought to you by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hays, where the fires always burning. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk with women's coach Tony Hobson. It comes your way next on Tiger Talk. Hi, I'm Gerard Welbrock, voice of the Fort Hays State Tigers, inviting you to join me for Tiger Talk. Airs Monday nights from 6 until 6:30 on Tiger Radio Mix 103, and then the video replay on Eagle Cable Channel 14 on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Preview the last game and look ahead to the next week's action on Tiger Talk. Monday nights 6 till 6:30 on Tiger Radio Mix 103 and on Eagle Cable Channel 14. Welcome back to Tiger Talk. Gerard Welbrock, joined by head women's coach Tony Hobson. The program again brought to you by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hays. Great appetizers, whether you're out studying late, maybe getting home from the game, whatever the reason, check out some new appetizers on the menu at Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine, where the fire's always burning. Lady Tigers coming off a tough 6-point loss at Pittsburgh State. I don't know how we do this. We haven't had one of these programs after a loss, I guess, maybe early on in the year. It's been a while, mid-November in that opening weekend at Concordia St. Paul. Really a good game. You guys played pretty well. Pitt State played well. Just one of those that came down to the stretch. They made a few more plays than your team did and got out of there with a 6-point win.
Well, it was kind of an interesting game, and there was 2 times where we got up by 10, and we couldn't ever stretch it out any farther than that. They came right back, I think both times with conventional 3-point plays. So we knew that we would have to play almost flawless to win down there, but we led for 30 minutes of the game, and we're in a position where it could have swung either way. And it, like we talked before, it usually comes down to making shots. And they hit a couple key threes, and we missed a couple easy ones. And it boiled down to we couldn't keep them off the line. Yeah. They shot so many free throws the second half and converted a lot of them. So it was a hard-fought game. And, Pitt State's a good team on the road. They are desperate. They had to have that game to stay in the conference race. And they played like it.
Rebounding as well. And I know we talked before the game on Saturday. You were worried about defensive rebounding and did a pretty good job early, but kind of in that little run where Pitt got some momentum and took the lead back. They had a lot of extra possessions because you guys just couldn't quite secure that defensive rebound.
Well, the rebounding stat was about even. I mean, I think we were -4, which isn't bad, but it just seemed like it was just the wrong times that they got offensive boards. And I know one of those times when we'd build a little bit of a lead, I think we were up 7 or 8, and they missed a shot, got a rebound, missed the shot, got a rebound, made it, and got fouled. So they got 2 offensive rebounds in 1 possession by a guard, and then we fouled them. So, that was the 2 keys were free throws, keeping them off the line, and offensive rebounds. And it seemed like both times when they cut into our leads that we had built, it was those 2 things.
How did your team handle it? As we said, it's been a long time since they've had to deal with a loss, which is kind of a nice problem to have. You win 21 consecutive games, but obviously it had to be a little bit different feeling for the team afterwards.
Well, it was. I mean, it was a different experience, and I mean, it isn't like they haven't experienced some other time, just not this year for 3 months. So, we'll see how they react. I mean, I told them after the game, I said, you never really go through a year-long fight without taking a punch. Can you get back up, or or how are you going to handle it? And I think they understand that there's going to be times when you're playing in our conference, especially in our division, that we had 6 games in a 3-week period of 4 top 10 games, and then another one with Washburn at their place, and Kearney's no gift. So we'd been playing at a high level for a long time, and I'm not sure we as much lost that game as Pitt State. Just kind of, they beat us. They played with a lot of emotion and energy and made key shots. So I can't tell you how they handled it. I mean, I saw the initial reaction, but we'll find out today and then eventually Wednesday how they come out of it.
And as we kind of talked after the game, really it makes the margin for error maybe a little bit thinner now with a 1-game lead, but you still are in first place in the conference with 4 to go. Control your destiny there. Region rankings come out later this week, but you suspect you'd probably be at the top of those and still in a great position to host a regional if you can take care of business. So it's kind of the sky is not falling with 1 loss. Everything that you've worked for to this point is still right out there in front of you and in a good position of controlling your own destiny.
Well, there's nobody on our team, including me, that would not have taken this position and taken 1 loss out of 15 games if we would have had our choice before the season started. So we don't feel bad. I don't think we're super down or anything like that. It's in our hands, and we can control things if we choose to. And there's a lot of basketball to be played, and a lot of road games. So we just have to zero in and concentrate on what we have to do, and not worry about other teams and who they're playing and what this means and how many out of 4 we have to win to get this. And we have to worry about one thing, and that's our game on Wednesday.
And Wednesday night, the Tigers play their final home game, believe it or not, as Washburn comes to town. We'll talk about that. Take a little sneak preview at Nebraska-Kearney on Saturday when we return to Tiger Talk, presented by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill at 3203 Vine in Hayes. Back with more and Coach Hobson after the break right here on Tiger Talk.
Eagle Mission Control, this is the Jetson family, 2235 Central.
Yeah, copy that, Jetsons. What's your situation, over?
Santa brought lots of new Wi-Fi gadgets last night. Are we a go or no-go on our internet speed?
Looks like you have our Turbo 15 meg speed. You are a go for streaming and surfing on multiple Wi-Fi devices.
Boost your Eagle internet speed with the next level upgrade today for a successful takeoff for your streaming devices. Call Eagle at 877-61-EAGLE.
Hi, I'm Andrea Clinkscale, and this is...
Wait a minute, I'm Andrea Clinkscale.
And I'm Chris Munch. Join us on House to Home. That's a house. We're going to talk about homes from top to bottom, left to right, front to back, and where's it going to air?
It's going to be on Eagle Community Television, channels 14 and 614, or you can even watch it on HayesPost.com.
Very cool. Bring a pencil. You're going to need one.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hayes. Maybe you have a big gathering planned for the spring or summer. Never too early to contact Whiskey Creek about getting that event catered. They've got a great catering service. They also have the room in back that can be used as well for big gatherings. So stop on by at Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hayes, where the fire's always burning. This rivalry stretch of games, 3 consecutive weeks, continues this week. Wednesday night, Washburn in town for the final home game of the regular season. Then Saturday, Tigers head to Kearney to take on the Lopers of UNK. And hard to believe it's going to be senior day already. Comes a little bit earlier with the way the schedule is. And you've got not a big group of them, but a group that have obviously been through a lot and have kind of been the face of this program over the years and getting them to where they are now. So this will be a big game for them to come out and hopefully get a victory against a good Washburn team on Wednesday night.
Well, I'm just hoping that the distractions of senior night are they're outweighed by just the emotion it brings. You know, it kind of goes both ways. Everybody's all fired up to play, but there's a lot of extracurricular things going on that can kind of distract you from what you're trying to do. So usually it ends up being a good thing. Hopefully it will be this Wednesday. it's a great senior class that we have, and everybody's always measuring recruiting classes before they come in and rating them and everything, and I never see anybody rate them when they're seniors, and that's when it should be done. And if you look back at the group we have, when we signed them 4 years ago, and then you throw in a transfer named Kate Edwards that same year, you would have to say that this was probably our best recruiting class in the history of the college, because you have 2 perennial all-conference players, and then you have, you know, Carrie Ann Shaw has been just a great part of our team, and you know, the people that go unnoticed are the ones that, you know, don't play as much, but Christine Russell's been just a trooper and just done nothing but help our program. Jenna Ulrich's tried to pull double duty with volleyball and basketball, but she's also been a real positive influence for us. So we all know about Kate Lehman and her exploits, and Carrie Ann Shaw has been a full-time starter the last couple of years, but the first 2 years was a, you know, spot starter. So just a great senior class. They've provided us with not only good basketball, but off the floor, you know, you have a bunch of 4.0 students. That class's GPA would be just ridiculous. So anyway, it's been a good group, and we're gonna really enjoy the rest of this year with them, but we're gonna miss them.
Yeah, they'd make our GPAs look really bad compared to what they have done. All right, Washburn, 4-point win at their place. Good team. They locked in a spot for the conference tournament. Certainly no slouch, and they're not ranked now. You kind of forget they were ranked up until you guys finally moved in the polls, and a very good basketball team. They'll always come in and play hard. You're gonna have to play well to beat them.
Well, they were ranked 7th about a month ago, so you know that they have the pieces in place. It's just they've been, you know, inconsistent, and when you're inconsistent in this league, you're going to lose some games because there's a lot of tough ones to play. Thing about Washburn is they shoot the ball very well. They've got 2 of the better guards as far as just scoring it than anybody. So we had a real knockdown with them at Washburn, and had to come from down 4 or 5 in the last few minutes to beat them. So it'll be a tough game. I mean, I know they're not going to have an off game against us, and they're going to be ready to play and play hard, and so it'll, you know, it's just one of those that we have to win, and we don't expect anything but just a battle.
Should be a lot of fun. Always is when the Tigers and the Ichabods get together. Coach, as always, we appreciate the time, and we'll see you out at the Coliseum on Wednesday.
Okay, thanks, Gerard.
That is head coach Tony Hobson. Again, Wednesday night, 5:30 for the women. Men followed at 7:30 against Washburn. Then up in Kearney on Saturday, it's a night game up at the Health and Sports Center. Again, a 5:30 start for that one. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll shift gears, talk some men's basketball as head coach Mark Johnson joins us right here on Tiger Talk.
Imagine powering all of your Wi-Fi devices seamlessly with Eagle Fusion. Your laptop, gaming system, and other electronics connect to Eagle's internet. Call 877-61-EAGLE to get Fusion for only $5 per month.
Imagine your favorite TV show following you through the house. With Eagle Fusion, you can stop your favorite program in one room and start up in another without missing any of it. Get Eagle Fusion for only $5 per month by calling 877-61-EAGLE today.
When the whistle go.
Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where they have the quick and easy lunch menu items starting at just $6.95. They've even added some new ones to the list: the Whiskey Creek Angus Burger, the Pit Roasted Chicken, Smokehouse Jalapeno Burger, Grilled Chicken Club, and a whole lot more at Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine, where the fire's always burning. Tiger men lose a tough one to Pitt on Saturday, 77-63, and boy, for about 30 or 32 minutes, you guys played well in a good spot, but we talked about it after the game. It seemed like you hit a wall and kind of got away from you there.
You know, I thought the first half on defensively, I thought we played extremely well. And on offense, we played well. I thought we hit some tough threes. We had some guys finish at the rim. The reason we were down 1 point is we had 10 turnovers, you know, and we just turned it over too much. But other than that, you know, I thought we played really well. Came out the second half, and, you know, again, we did a great job the first 10 minutes of being around, and just kind of had a bad 3 or 4 minute stretch where couldn't get a stop defensively, and just offensively either turned it over, probably took some ill-advised shots, and I felt like after they got a little separation, we just kind of hit the wall and didn't have enough left in us. You know, I think, you know, it's challenging at times when you have to play so hard just to be in the game. You know, you got to have stretches where you can maybe, I wouldn't say coast, but I mean where you can play at 85% or something like that and still have a chance to win. And for us right now, especially on the road playing a team like Pitt, I mean, we have to go all out for 40 minutes, and we just weren't able to do it.
You know, they've got a really nice team. You look at the guards are pretty good. Trey Starks added to their lineup. I mean, you said before he's as athletic as anybody, and he showed that on Saturday. Plus just the general length they have from their front line, even some of their guards. I mean, they're a tough matchup for anyone, but especially you guys.
Yeah, you know, you look at they're playing 6'6" guys at the 2 and 3, so I mean that's a little bit of a mismatch for us. The Gregory kid, you know, he's a big body. The Dean kid, they got big bodies they throw out there, and really the addition of Starks. I mean, he was probably the guy that keyed that run. I mean, we couldn't stop him off the bounce. He kept getting to the rim about 3 or 4 straight possessions. So you know, he's added a piece to them and made them better. And you know, you look here as we're getting late in the year, they're still tied for first. I think with their schedule, they have as good a chance of anybody to win our league.
And you got some good performances. You mentioned close to the basket. Good to see Jeremy Wilson. He got in foul trouble, and that was probably key as well because he was doing some good things inside. And I mean, he's so athletic. He usually gets decent shots. He struggled to finish near the basket, but able to do that on Saturday until he got in foul trouble.
Yeah, he got off to a good start. I mean, we've talked all the time, all year to him. You know, he's an athletic, strong guy. Sometimes when he catches it in the post, he doesn't play like a strong guy. You know, he backs away and fades away and avoids contact, and you're just not going to be successful doing that. Felt like, you know, that game he did that. He went to the rim. He turned and squared up and finished at the basket and gave us good offense. And that's what we need more of. We need more things happening to the rim. And like I said, he got in foul trouble in the half early, and then in the game he fouled out fairly quickly. He only got 14 minutes. So you know, that probably was a little bit of a factor because he was playing well. But you know, we're just kind of, like I said, at times we're taking some shots you don't really want to take. But it's also that fine line of we don't get a lot of good shots at times, and if we turn some of those down, you're worried you're going to get a worse shot. So, but we got to do a better job of feeling the game and the flow of the game. Of, you know, in that stretch, we took some shots that you got to realize, hey, we're struggling right now. The game's getting ready to get away from us. We got to make sure we get a great opportunity this time, and we just need to be a little bit more aware of game situations.
Well, the Tigers play their final home game on Wednesday night. The Ichabods from Washburn University come to town. We'll take a preview look at that when we return. Tiger Talk brought to you by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, and our final segment coming up next.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Get low when the whistle go.
Welcome back one final time on Tiger Talk, presented by Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, 3203 Vine in Hayes. Of course, they have all the great steak specials as always, some great seafood items and more at Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Senior night on Wednesday, the Tigers take on Washburn, and then they'll head to Kearney for another big game Saturday night. And hard to believe it's senior night, comes a little bit early, and we've got a big group of them, and they've done a lot to this program, and it'll be sad to see them go, but hopefully a good night for those guys and a chance to get out of their final regular season game at home with a win.
Yeah, it is coming earlier, I guess, a week and a half. I think we have 6 seniors, and for these guys, this year's been a little tough on them. I realize with losing Craig, that kind of changed somewhat of our season, and they've done a great job of fighting through that and not letting that, be an excuse for not to try to have success anymore. I think our guys have really stepped up and are playing really hard and trying the best that they can. And, a lot of these guys were here a year ago when we made the NCAA tournament and things like that. So it's always important on senior night. We want those guys to go out on a positive note and get a win. And this is a big game for us. You look at that last spot, probably the 8th seed to get a home game. It's really down probably to us in Washburn. And the winner of this game will go a long way in determining who gets that last spot at home. So we're playing for a lot, and we just need to focus on possession by possession, and hopefully good things will happen for us.
Lost to Washburn in Topeka 3 weeks ago or so, and kind of like the Pitt State game, you were right there in there, and they kind of just pulled away, and you did a really good job defensively against them, but their size and length a little bit gave you a problem, that one as well.
Yeah, they're not real big up front, but they're big, at the wing positions and things like that. They can get you at a lot of different spots as far as size. Like I said, they're big everywhere, just not at the 5 position. Right. And we did a good job defensively again. We just can't. We're not scoring enough points right now. You look at the Pitt game, we had 63. I think at their place we had it down to 4. It might have been 58-54 with 3 minutes to go. Most times, that's just not enough to score. So we got to find a way to be more efficient on the offensive end, take care of the basketball, and probably need to be able to get it inside a little bit more against those guys. I think Dom can be effective down there. We got to do a better job of getting the ball this time around than we did the first time at Washburn.
Did a good job on Algie Key, an outstanding player, the Alabama transfer, and also Alex North. I think you held him to 5 free throws. Probably can't expect maybe similar numbers from that, but that was a big key to give you a chance to be in that, slowing those 2 guys down, because that's not easy to do.
Yeah, no, we did a pretty good job. The Wiggins kid hurt us, and he's their leading scorer right now, and we got to do a better job on him. But really, they beat us from the 3-point line, and I think they were 9 of 20. And as you look since that game, they've really shot the ball from 3. We were really trying not to give up layups because we were concerned about Keys driving and Alex North driving and getting to the basket and things like that. So we might have to make an adjustment maybe and be a little bit more aware of their 3-point shooting, and because that's kind of, like I said, what they've been kind of going to of late.
Nope. Should be a very interesting game. Always fun when the Tigers and the Ichabods get together. Coach, as always, we appreciate the visit. We'll see you Wednesday. Good luck this week.
All right, thank you.
That is head coach Mark Johnson. Again, Fort Hays State at home Wednesday, senior night, final home game of the regular season, 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men, and then Saturday night, they'll be up in Kearney to take on the Lopers. Again, that's a 5:30 and 7:30 start from the Health and Sports Center. It's going to wrap up the program. Certainly hope you enjoyed it. It's made possible by the fine folks at the Hayes Med Orthopedic Institute, the Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Belt Bank of Hayes and Ellis, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, Couture for Men and Women, James Motor Company, BTI, and of course Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill. Locally owned and operated at 3203 Vine in Hayes, where the fire's always burning. For women's coach Tony Hobson, men's coach Mark Johnson, this is Gerard Wellbrock. So long, everyone.
It's the Fort Hays State University Coaches Show on Eagle Community Television, brought to you by Eagle Communications.